Hey, good morning. This is your girl Denise. I am on this bus. It's been a while since I've been on, and I just wanted to come on real quick. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep this as steady as possible, but I just want to come on and just share with you my journey, my testimony about an amazing God that I serve, and I pray that you know him too. So here it is. Here's the thing. So I've been going to the doctor for these last couple of months, right? And who likes going to the doctor? Nobody, right? They're gonna start telling you about something that you got that you didn't come in with and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, so I went in for my first time I went in was probably like in February, and I needed to get my follow up checkup for my to get a refill for my high blood pressure medication, and in order to get a refill, I had to go in and do my routine checkup to make sure all was well and that I could stay at my same dosage and nothing changed. So as I did that, my primary care doctor, which I have an amazing primary care doctor, she suggested that, since I'm in here and this girl, this miles are gone and get it all done, get some other things done. So I did. And so as I was getting my checkup, she was saying that something sounded off when they was checking my heart. And she was like, just, the rhythm and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, there you go. The devil always tripping, right? So she suggested to send me to a cardiologist to get ultrasound, all that stuff on my heart. And so anyway, so I did the, appointment. And of course, it was, very concerning. It's my heart, your health, my health. So I went in for my appointment. So they was, doing all the ultrasounds and all of that on my heart and all of that. And then, so the lady that was doing the work, I can't remember what to call her, but anyway, she was like, something in, yeah, I could hear it. It sounds, like something, maybe a bleeding out somewhere. And so I'm laying on the table, and she was like, she asked me, she said, oh, your heart rate is kind of a little bit, elevated. She said, are you nervous? I'm like, girl, I'm laying on this table. Yes. But anyway, so I just, start, calm down and just start praying and say, okay, God, I'm yours. Work, do what you do. Work it out. So went in and they had to do a little bubbles thing on my heart, to make sure, nothing, to put in some fluids to make sure there was no leakage nowhere. So come out, all is well, nothing, everything was fine, everything is normal, nothing, no bleeding out, nothing. So give God the praise and glory for that. God walked me through that. Then I'll go back to the doctor. I have my mammogram appointment, my yearly mammogram appointment. So I go in, I get it done. So the next day, I'm in school, I'm in class, and I get out of class because I see a phone call come through, and it's the hospital where I got my mammogram the next day. So of course, my heart went from here to the bottom of my feet. And the first thing that came to me, I said was, God, no, please, no, not this, no, so I just started immediately bawling, because, they only gonna call you the next day if it's something that if they see something that don't look right. So I call them back, call the number back. And because I'm in between classes, I just got out of one class and I got to go to another. So, I talked to the receptionist, and she tell me about what, they find, what they saw was just abnormal than the year before. And they just wanted me to come in to get some more images and a possible ultrasound to just make sure. So, made the appointment, I'm just sitting there trying to, get myself together at school. And that was just a really, hard blow at that moment, just like, wow. Right. So I go, to my appointment, and, I've been going back and forth to the doctor, for this. It was, in my right breast. And so I just kept going back and forth to the doctor for like 3 weeks, right? Just every week going to the doctor. And and it's like, so I was just praying, and I'm praying, and I'm trusting God. And then I'm like, okay, then I'm getting nervous. And then it's like, okay, I don't want to nullify my faith by worrying, by, not, saying, just not trusting God like I should be. So I go through this, and so I like, okay, God, look, here's the thing. It's just you and me, and my life is in your hands. You give and you take. And then so I begin to think about not Daniel, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when the king made this decree that, he made this statue, made this God that they got to go bow down. And they said, hey, that ain't happening. We ain't doing that. We only going to bow down to the true and living God. Right. So the king, got all up, besides them, all upset and all that kind of stuff, and declared for them to be in this burning fiery furnace. Not just a furnace, but a burning fiery furnace, right? So the king, came to him, told him, what's up? I heard that y'all said that y'all weren't gonna do this. And they said, look, we ain't care for it. We ain't got to answer your question. We ain't got, look, know this. What we ain't gonna do is we not gonna bow down to your image, God. But you know what? We know that God is able. You gonna throw us in this furnace? Cool. But we know God is able. And then what they said, what really kicked it off, is that, like, even if God don't, we know that He is able. So I had to take that and think, and it's like, change my, perspective, be, my faith in God, and trust that, what, hey God, you know what? I'm okay. If you decide that this is something I have to go through, I know that you're able to heal and bring deliverance, heal me, and make all well, nothing come out of this. I know you're able to do that. But then God he posed a question to me, well, if I don't do it, then what? What you gonna do? And I was like, me and God ain't breaking up. Right? So I'm like, God, for you I live, for you I die. And that was the sovereignty of God. So, God He don't heal everybody. Why He don't do those things, why He don't, that's God's business, right? And it's kind of hard to take the sovereignty of God, but we have to trust God, that God knows exactly what He's doing. So anyway, I go through this process, and my daughters, they're with me, and actually my brother came on my last appointment that I had for my procedure. And so, I had to, wait. They said, well, we'll get, after the procedure was done, and they said it'd take a couple days or so for me to get the results. So in that time, of course, God was, dealing with me, and